Welcome back, Raiders fans. Whew, not a bad week one. You know, it's just Toledo, and at this point we've beaten some teams way, higher than Toledo's caliber. But Toledo actually has been generating some decent buzz in the MAC this year. And frankly, I think that deserves some credit to us then for being able to take them down and in such a dominant fashion, especially on defense. Our defense really came through, and our defense is pretty much some good linebackers, some good linemen, and then a bunch of green cornerbacks, very green cornerbacks, a bunch of freshmen. And, they look great. And speaking of looking great, this practice, I heard Coach Cooke say, was, again, this is on record, he went as saying, possibly one of the greatest practices this team has ever had. Not just this current team, but like Olympia. This is one of the best practices they've ever had. You can see it here. The defense is still very active, and the offense is moving the ball, making really crisp decisions, and just intelligent. You can see like running throws right there. Whew. I'm really looking forward to what this team can do, and it's a good thing they're coming together at this time and really starting to pick it up, because we have Notre Dame next game. Notre Dame is a top 25 team. Notre Dame is a historic team. You don't go into South Bend and just dominate them. You have to earn it in South Bend, and it's not going to be any different today. Or not today, we won't play today, but on Saturday, it's not going to be any different. Olympia comes in to a fellow independent, school and has to beat them down. A once fellow independent school, that is. This team has proven to me that they can actually go into these places and contend. As freshmen, they were doing it. Arizona, wasn't it like 3 ranked teams in a row, or one of them was ranked? I can't quite remember exactly. It's been a whole year now, but basically 3 ranked teams in a row on the road, and we came out with dubs. Hostile crowds. And we had a freshman starting quarterback. Well, okay, this year they're sophomores, and it's a different quarterback that's going to be taking the majority of the snaps. And by the way, just to speak on that, Tyler Hunt looked great. Tyler Hunt looked so much better than last year. It wasn't even funny. Atari Mason, on the other hand, did not look great. He looked like he'd taken a bit of a step back. He was throwing way too many picks. So, we'll see if Tyler continues to get the same amount of snaps, or even more potentially, because with how composed he was and the type of throws he was making, there was one where he threw a seam to Zeke Roberts, and it was just over the defender. Zeke ended up dropping it. It was a touchdown for sure, but Tyler Hunt just laid it in the red basket better than, well, you can do. That was just a perfect pass. So, as for the rest of the offense, we didn't get to see much of Dion. He looked great until he got hurt. Lee House had his moments where he looked pretty good. Lance definitely had his moments. We definitely saw a drop-off in the passing game once Atari stepped in. Tyler was the one that was really getting all the receivers their yardage early on, and it changed. Zeke's still having trouble with his hands as far as I can tell. Looks like he's still struggling with that, and that's not good. You don't like to see that, especially because he creates such a vertical threat. Really can line him out as a receiver, and he's going to body some small corner. You line him up inside, and he's too fast for a linebacker, so he really is a big mismatch for us. Meanwhile, another mismatch, Lance Roach continues to look really good. I might have to get him the ball even more, get him some running plays, some designed runs. Him and Lee House both look like they can handle the rock decently well in an end around, so we'll have to see if that becomes something we look at here. As for the defense, I expect the defense to continue to do what they did last game. I think, sure, it's tougher competition. We may not be able to play completely man, but we were locking up in man coverage for most of the night. There wasn't a lot of zone being run. Of course, for somebody like Byron Handy, that's not a big issue, but some of these other green cornerbacks, that might be tough. Anyway, I'll see you in South Bend. I gotta catch a plane real quick, so thanks for watching and tune in Saturday.